Hello, good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself on the show this evening at my two big muckers, Southside and Steve. Evening, gentlemen.
Evening, Ox. Good to be on the night again, my big mucker, Stevie. And good evening to everyone listening in this evening.
Good evening to Ox, sir. Good evening to my wingman. Good evening to all the listeners. We all know what night it is. Welcome to Dream Team Wednesday.
Wingman? Did you say wingman?
Yes, Maverick and Goose. Wingman, aye?
All right, okay. I see with this Rangers Radio Superstars Challenge for the Christmas week with the top golf, the snooker, darts and dominoes, crib and carpet bowls. Somebody's got a new partner, Stevie. Somebody's got a new partner.
I feel as if I've been bummed out. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Feels a bit lonely.
Southside?
I'm looking forward to it. I think we've got a right good chance of winning it.
Oh, you got a new partner. It didn't take long to ditch.
No, I've no ditched the biggin. I think you'll get your information wrong. Me and the biggins together.
All right, I've heard you've been seen training for these events, upcoming events.
Well, aye, big man's been busy during the week, so obviously other new friend can come in, we can get some practice in, but he knows that Big Stevie's my main partner on the evening of the competition.
I thought you'd have went with him with the dominoes because he likes chapping doors, not me.
Big man knows how to throw a dart, but.
Oh, aye. Looking forward to it, Stevie.
Oh, you know, me and Southside are a great pair. We'll be showing them how to wallop a scallop, grab a crab and peel an eel. We're some team, man. We don't need any. We're experienced in the field, docs. I'm looking right forward to it. We'll take a life out of everybody.
Good. Right. You can tell it's international break, Southside, because we're talking nonsense, but the real stuff's back on Sunday, Biggie.
Aye, looking forward to Sunday, mate. Getting up there and getting them a doing. It'll be good to see us back in action. Hopefully a lot of the players will be refreshed and has a lot of some of Clement's new ideas put into them, a bit more information into them, and hopefully when we get up there we'll come out the traps flying, mate.
Stevie?
Oh, I'm in a downer about Sunday. I can't get a ticket. I've tried everything, man. I've phoned many major cities through the UK, talking to all my different contacts, and it's like hen's teeth. I can't get one anywhere. And my wee glimmer of hope's a wee friend of mine. He's a member of the members' lounge at Ibrox, and he always comes up trumps for me. And unfortunately for me this time, I can't get one. But that's no saying I'll not go up. I'm thinking about travelling up, but my God, try to get a ticket, Ox. It's nuts. And again, we'll go into the ground. If we get in, we'll need to sneak in one way or another. Whether I dress up as a horse, a police, or a nurse, I don't know, but I'll try and get in anyway. And it's you got into that stadium, and there'll be seats all over it, and it's sore to be a Rangers fan. You just want to see your team.
I get it, mate. I get it. It's all these thousands of people that are trying to go to the cup final no turn up on Sunday, Southside.
Aye, 100%, mate. You'll have a look along. They're running about their stadium. There'll be certainly empty spaces on Sunday, unfortunately. And they've cut our allocation again. I've got the feelers out, big man, for you. You know that. It's hard. A lot of people are scrambling for Aberdeen this time as well, as normal. But, aye, looking forward to it. But since Clement's come in, we've seen a change in attitude, and we see a bit of fire in the belly. We see a style, and we see tactics, and we've been seeing the results. So really looking forward to getting back. Certainly missed it, mate, seeing the Rangers week in, week out. It's a sorry when this international comes along, this nonsense.
Listen, Big Stevie, I hope you get a ticket, but I don't know if I'd rather see you dressed up as a horse. I'd like to see that picture.
Well, listen, when you get in the turnstile, they keep saying to me, why the long face? Do you know what I mean? So, there you go. But listen, I was listening to Southside Geary's wee run down there. This is a different Rangers team that met them at Ibrox. This is a Rangers team now, as you said. Their style, they're pulling the one way. There's a togetherness. They're fighting for each other, and it's more positive. See, moving forward rather than across the park all the time. We're going forward more. We're getting bodies the box more. I'm quite optimistic that we'll give us Aberdeen team a right good game here, and we'll come back down the road with the 3 points.
You're right. So he's right. We're getting the ball forward quicker, more players in the box, and it's not been revolution. It's been mere evolution. It's just tweaks,
yeah, it is just wee tweaks. He's obviously put demands on them and what he's looking for, and he's watched, like you said, he'd watched all the games, so he could certainly see what he didn't want them doing, and they've responded to his thing. Maybe we've got a bit more pace down the sides. And even, like we said, Scott Wright came out of nowhere and contributed. Seema's done well in games and tracked back. They've all worked hard. We've got Danilo in buzzing about and scoring since he's come back. Dessers is 4-4 when he's been on the park. Cantwell's probably we're looking to see him start being a bit more consistent. He'd obviously, in the ones that we've got, Raskin obviously has got a chance of coming back as well. Kieran Dowell will be on his way back. And like we said, we'll have Lawrence and Matondo to fire hopefully forward as well in these games that's coming up. So, mate, it's positive and it's off a freshness, and they'll all be getting training and taking his ideas on, and I'm sure they'll all be willing to go out there and bust a gut for the manager, because obviously they believe in his style and believe in him.
Yeah, I get it. By the way, Steve, if all these players are fit, there's going to be some unhappy bears not getting on that bench.
It's a good
competition for places, mate.
I'm going to put it down to your manager. I think your manager's pushing our health team there. What would you call it? What's the word I'm looking for, Ox? Help me out.
Medical team.
He's pushing them, Southside. I think the big man's pushing him and he's getting people back early. I don't think he's going to suffer any fools gladly. Oh, I'm out for 6 months, I'm out for 4 months. All that, I think you'll see just diminishing. It'll just gladly go away. And it's great, and it's a sore head that he's got, and it's a good sore head. Just let me tell you. Me, Matondo, I mean, he comes on the park, say he gets on at 20 minutes for the end. What a set of legs to bring on, by the way.
Aye, just listen, you're always going to have injuries, Southside, you're going to get them. But the Danilo one, it comes out the blue, and, you get injuries in football. It's part of the game. It was just the amount and the repeat offenders, if that makes any sense, that people started getting sceptical on.
Aye, obviously. Look, you expect when players have a pre-season, they'll normally come in and they're normally fit. You get the odd, maybe a wee hamstring, calf tweak and things like that. You might get a kick in the ankle. You can accept all that. Obviously, the one with Danilo was a Sorian who's getting a fracture. But the rest of them have been kicks, knocks, and they've not been fit enough, Ox. And there's probably just not been fit enough. And then someone will come in, not probably trained properly, not had the right rehab, and maybe the old manager brought them back to play. And that's the wrong thing. Clement isn't going to do that. He's going to make sure that he's going to be led by the medical team. He wants to know their fitness levels, and then he's going to keep building on them. And as they said, they all had individual programmes, some of the players to catch up with the rest of the players. So you'd expect some of these players over the next few weeks getting some game time, because you'll probably have to tweak the team here and there for certain games, that their fitness levels will get built up, and we'll see the better of them as we go forward through into Christmas and into January before the break again.
No, we've got some run of games. It's going to make the show interesting, Steve, yeah?
It's going to be brilliant. It's a great programme coming up. And just the way we're playing now, mate, I'm just looking forward to it, man. Because we're a different animal now. We really are. You can see the togetherness, see just the carry on by the players, the way they are. One wee worry I've got is I hope Cantwell doesn't get caught up and gets brought down to their level. I hope he just keeps the heat, plays the game. If he's getting kicked about, don't take a bait. Just get up and get on with it. Take the boy's number and do cute stuff. Just don't get caught up in it. No, just do your best to try and keep your head down and play your game, because he be any game you play, he's better than most of the people in that park, you know. But I just hope to see a wee bit more for him, you know, getting that wee, shrugging that wee knockoff that he had, getting right back up, that wee yard he's lost. I hope he gets it back soon.
Well, you set your own standards. I think the Prague game, the first half particularly, he set his own standards, Southside.
Aye, that was probably the best performance we've probably seen since he came in. But aye, the players they're going to take a wee bit more time. But I think the fact that he looks like he knows what he's doing, Ox, he's setting it out. He's wanting to get more fitness in him because he's obviously wanting them to play the ball faster, quicker tempo, shut down quicker, work as a pack and as a team. And he said all that in his pressers. So it's about getting these players more fitter to the demands that he's going to set them, and then hopefully we'll start to steamroller teams when the players are up to a more level of fitness, and we will steamroller them if we take the chances early that we're create. So I'm looking forward to Sunday. I am really looking forward to it. You're up there with plenty of optimism, and I just think we'll batter them up there on Sunday. I know it can be up there and we'll say it's a hard game, they raised their game today, but I just think there's weaknesses in their team, and I think the way hopefully we'll arrive up there determined, and the players will know what to expect, and I hope we put a show on the Sunday, then we can all come back down the road with the 3 points.
Aye, I mean, we'll look back then we'll look forward, Stevie. Look back at the last time we played Aberdeen, let's be honest, we should have been maybe 2-0 up before they were up apart, yeah?
Big Deserts, man, he should have busted it anyway. We should have been, and that's the trouble. We weren't finishing and we weren't taking our chances. But now there's a wee bit of confidence, and you win games that breeds confidence. In the back, the defence is doing all right as well. We're looking really good. Can I ask a question? But really fit again.
Pardon, mate. Sorry.
Raskin.
But we'll get a full report tomorrow, we hope, or maybe even Friday at a push with the press conferences. But we're hearing that he's back in training, mate. Whether he'll be fit enough to play games, the manager after not a long injury, but an injury Southside.
Aye, I don't know, Stevie. I think he is back in training. I don't think he took part in any. I don't even know if he was away with international duty. I don't think he was. I never seen him in any of the building under 21s or that. The big team, I never noticed him. So he's probably been at Ibrox. So I'd like to think he'll be available. But he'll be guided by the medical side of it. He might not start him at Pittodrie. He might bring him on later, should that's what he wants to do, and get some minutes into his legs before we play again on the Thursday. But aye, he'll be guided by that, and that's what I like about him. He's not going to risk a player maybe in case it causes him more injury. So going forward, he wants the players on the park and available longer than just sticking them in here or there short term to try and get an advantage and then have them out for 3-5 weeks, or in your case sometimes 3 months. So he's clever, the manager, and he's doing it the right way, and I'm happy with that.
We'll look back, let's look forward, right? So we've got a game on Sunday, some run of games, right? The game on Sunday, which is always a big game, yeah? And then we start out of that, Stevie, and then we've got a home game against Limassol, which we're hoping to get revenge, and then we beat them, we qualify, so 2 massive games to kick back me. Then we're in a run. Yeah?
Yep, unreal, mate. And I think we can do it. And can you imagine what that would do to the players' confidence, the team's confidence, if we can beat Aberdeen, win that cup, win the League Cup, and even Limassol, you're saying revenge. Me, you and Southside could beat them. There's no way in the world that Rangers team's losing that game at Ibrox. No way in the world, Docs. No way.
I'll be honest with you, I think me and Southside could beat them. I don't know if the 3 E's could.
There we go, The rabbit have struck again, eh? There you go, huh?
Okay. No, right again.
There he goes again. Every Dream Team Wednesday. The apron comes out and it's me and Southside this and Southside that. The sons of rabbit.
We'll need to do Southside. We'll need to put that fishing rod away.
I know. See that I need to give my forum. It's up to yourself.
I need to fill in first. Right, we bounce back for the Limassol game, and then we've got home to St Mirren and away to Hearts, Southside, yeah? Quite quickly.
Aye, Bill. Listen, if you got up there, like you said, after the European game, home to St Mirren, they've been dogged into. They're doing quite well in the league, but we're at home, and you'd expect us to beat them. And then obviously we've got Hearts at Tynecastle on a Wednesday night. Be tricky, but we've been to Tynecastle a few times there lately, and we've beat them. So it's the games we've got to win. Ox. We're going for this league regardless of the point difference at the moment. We've got to keep winning. So I'm looking at it that we should be winning all these games up to the Hearts game, as we're talking about it now. They're all winnable games for us.
Aye, Stevie, this is when the squad's going to kick in, isn't it? This is when we've got these players back, because you'll not be able to keep going with the same players there.
Rotate. We've got like for like in some spots, so with all the boys coming back. Did somebody mention Tynecastle? Well, at least this time when I go, I'll not be left out the building and somebody looking through the turnstiles, giving me the two fingers and laughing and carrying on. So this time it might be me in the building and me looking out at the turnstile. Isn't that right, Mr. S-Side?
All right, you tell me now you've got a ticket for Tynecastle. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Well, I'm going to say he is. No names, no back drill, but yes, I've definitely got one for Tynecastle. Many did you say 800?
I think it's less than that, Stevie.
Well,
I think it's less than that.
Well, there you go. Big Steve's got one. Okay.
Well, you know the sketch. If I don't get one, we'll need to go through the
usual bit. You go to a bar.
You get a J-coat on, shirt and tie. Sorry?
You need to take a couple of high vises through, boys.
Aye, I know. Or a shirt and tie, carry on script with a badge. Don't know yet. We'll need to see. But aye, at the moment, aye. Well, I don't have one.
Maybe you could be the other half of that horse outside.
Well, I'm thinking, right, just came to me. Like, you've got one, I don't, right? But I've got 100% record at the moment. You were going on holiday, was that not right?
That's correct, aye.
So I take it then, you don't mind missing a game now and again, I take it. So I take it if I'm really struggling,
good point, well made.
I'll be looking in the ground at somebody else outside the turnstile, but it'll not be you because you'll pass me your ticket, maybe. What do you think of that?
Hold on a minute. My family hears me, I'll get killed. I didn't want to go on holiday. I had to go and see the Rangers.
I know, but you missed a couple of games, you know what I mean?
Listen, behave yourself. You're old. I'm still away down. I'm the rainbow. I'm down there, no? The bottom line is, mate, look, if you don't get a ticket for Tynecastle, you know it'll go to a ballot and you might win it. You might win it, mate. So there you go.
Okay. At least I know I'm in the ballot, thank you.
Yes.
Well, is there anybody else out there that doesn't fancy going to Tynecastle because it's a Wednesday night and you might not want to wake your work in the morning and it might disturb your sleep pattern or whatever? I'm sure you could donate it to Rangers Radio. We'll be grateful.
Mm-hmm.
Are you saying it's for Rangers Radio or is it straight to Southside?
No, they know it's to me. Hate mail me, like, I've opened a couple of them, man. They're shocking.
Oh, mate. So the only one that gets nice letters is Bridgeman, isn't it?
Aye, well, Bridge seems to be quite happy when he opens his, but I had a couple of belters last couple of weeks, man.
No worry. People are skint with that Southside Super 6.
Well, might be lucky this weekend.
Might be lucky. You never know. People might be lucky tomorrow. Right, so we're away to Hearts, home to Dundee, then we're away to Betis, which could be a free hit, Southside.
Aye, well, it should be, because we should have qualified, Ox.
Right.
And obviously with the big game final coming up on the Sunday, I think we should box clever at that one. And I'm hoping he'll pick a team, but I'm hoping he'll keep some players, because we'll have played a lot of games, and it depends on his rotational, but I'd like to think he could really sort of change the team about a wee bit.
Depends on
it'll depend on injuries and that, who comes through, what sort of players come through to that stage. We're hoping the law. no pick up any more injuries when they start to come back and play. We're hoping they'll be regulars when picked and they'll contribute, but no near luck. Probably one or two will pick up injuries as we go through this sequence of games.
Scott Wright's for man at Hampden, isn't he? What hear it? Scott Wright. He's our man. He'll have a point to prove against Aberdeen, won't he?
Aye. Well, it's no Hearts, but he has 9 goals at Hampden. So then we'll get Bettis Cup final, and then we move into the Christmas programme, right? So we play the Cup final, and then we'll get 3 games. There are 3 games. St Johnstone, away to Motherwell, home to Ross County. Yeah, and then 3 days later we play them. So it's going to be really interesting. What's your target, your personal target, and what's your realistic target, Southside?
The target, to be honest, Docs, is we've got to win all the games. We can't really afford to be dropping any points. And that's just where we are in this chase in the league. It is what it is, and we've got this running away games. So, and the fact that we've got the feel-good factor now about the club as well, and the players have responded and we're doing well, I just think we just take them as they come. But I think we've got to get the maximum points. There's no room to drop anything here. I just think we've got to keep going, mate.
Stevie?
I can't argue with that. We're Glasgow Rangers. We want to win everything. You heard Mr. Clement. We want to win absolute everything. So the bottom line for me is, I mean, you're saying be realistic, Ox. If we can qualify for Europe, win the League Cup, go on a wee run there, Aberdeen, Hearts, and whatever. See the tricky games for me is like Motherwell away, mate. You know, you could beat Hearts, Aberdeen away and all this, and then let your guard down a wee bit. Oh, it's only Motherwell since we're the high. That's the games you've got to watch, man. Because these boys, I mean, let's be honest, you know what Motherwell's tactics are going to be. You know, everybody behind the ball, try and hit Rangers in attack, and we're at it, kick them off the park. You know what I mean? So that's the games where we really need to watch what we're doing. You know, the big games, Rangers they'll be up for it. I really don't think we'll get. Well, I think we'll get through them unscathed, mate. It's just the wee games we've just got to watch. Take my eye off the ball. But I'm very much like Southside. There's no room for it. But we can't drop any more points. But I think they will. I don't think they'll get through that run that we're going to get through unscathed. I think they'll drop points. I just think momentum's with us, you know. And they're no great, man. See if you look back at the first half, the first 3 quarters of the season there, they've scraped.
I obviously like a draw or a win, but for that aside, if you're going to change the team a bit to get a bit of freshness for the final, probably after the final, the game we play St Johnstone at Ibrox in that rearranged game, that'll probably be a tough one for the team. I know it's at Ibrox, but you're coming back after a cup final where we should have won it, where we'll be winning it, and we will have won it. So it's about keeping the concentration, as Stevie says. You're at Ibrox and it's St Johnstone. So that's probably a game that will be important. I think Motherwell game, as you're talking about, Stevie, away for him, the team will probably be up for that. But maybe that game at Ibrox on the 20th of December could be a tricky game for the players, mate, just because we'll come back after winning that cup
final, and we're going to win the Limassol game, yeah. So we partner them, so we've won the cup, we're through in Europe. The Betis is a free hit one, maybe a free hit one for them, and if they draw in Prague, we could stumble or a draw over there, and I'm being optimistic here, and we come away top of the group. Yeah, happy days, yeah. So then we've won the cup, and then all the games, if we could get through all the games, and if we drew one and won the rest, yeah, and it didn't matter what one it was, because I'm being looking at our run of games historically, we would be right back in the title race, mate.
Aye, you've got to put the pressure back onto them. Like you say, there's not been any great shakes, and they're no guaranteed they're going to perform in games when they come back for Europe or any of the league games. You never know. But we just concentrate on us, Ox, and we're trying to critique it. And like you say, if you get beat Aris at Ibrox, you've qualified. Betts is a free hit, as we say. Concentrate on the cup, get that win, and then you've got to make sure that you beat St Johnstone and take the next games as they come along out of that Christmas period up to before them. We need to be hopefully unbeaten, and then we can look across the city and see if there's a difference in the points. And if there is, that's good. And if there isn't, then we know what's needed to do it on the 30th.
Okay. I suppose we better get these phone lines open. We could talk all night, couldn't we?
Bring the troops in, mate. Get a bit of stick.
Let's hear from these.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show. It's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, that was a belter, Southside, wasn't it? The Barcelona Bears that season, both 15 games. I couldn't believe it.
Aye, it just shows you. Put all their efforts into Europe.
Aye. Listen, come and join us, give your thoughts, how the season's going to pan out, how big a month this is. I know it's November, December, but it's going to be interesting. It's going to be great. We've got this feel-good factor, and I hope it just grows and grows and grows, Steve, yeah?
Aye. Just never mind what Oxford says there, listeners. Just got on to give us tickets for Pittodrie. That's all we're wanting. No, he's right. Aye.
Or Tynecastle.
Aye. Or Tynecastle, aye. No, listen, we're just going to keep our heads down and go on, mate. It's just plain and simple as that. Get behind the players and manager. And just let's see where it takes us, man. I'm buzzing, man. I just can't wait to the Sunday, man, 12 o'clock, the troops get right tore into this mob because listen, we know they laid down to that mob. It's what, as Albert says, that was his battle cry, wasn't it? That's what, 12 points a year at Celtic. No, we all know the effort, the commitment and everything is different. It's Rangers, it's our biggest game of the year, and it's everybody's biggest game of the year. That's why we're the premier team in Scotland. Everybody wants to be us and everybody wants to beat us. But we can see the efforts the Devils against us compared to what they had at Portkeed. Your wee Johnny Hayes and all these guys, or the Celtic-minded guys, including their manager.
Aye, man, it's up to us. I think if we put the ball in the net, Benito's on form, we'll get chances early doors. We score a goal and the whole thing changes. That was the thing at Ibrox. That was one of the crazy days, and it sounds bizarre, Southside, but it might have done us a favour.
Cifuentes, Mr. Absolute Saturday and all, right in front of us. Couldn't believe it. But aye, well, listen, in the end, the result done us a favour. We know that, and it's brought us a different animal, a different Rangers team, a different squad that we've seen in this short space of time. Got there, you need to win the battles. You need to get stuck right in and win the battles, but hopefully we'll get to play a bit of football. And if we get to play a bit of the football that we know we can play and what we've seen wee glimpses of, I think once we get one or two up, that's it. And that's what we need to do. We need to knock the fight out them. But the support will travel up. I'm sure they'll sing loud and proud, and hopefully the team will battle and we'll get the 3 points. And I expect to stay up, so I really do. I'm really confident about Sunday. I think we will give them a bit of a down on Sunday.
Can I just say something about the game they beat us at Ibrox? When was the last time they beat us at Ibrox? Apart from that,
I think Gerrard was the manager, yeah.
Aye, they did.
They knocked us out the cup, and I think that was it, mate.
Aye, that's the problem. Listen, look, the big, he'll have fired up. He's got them playing different, thinking different, and the good thing about it is you can see what the big man, when he puts a team out, what the formation is, and what you're trying to do now. You can actually read the game a wee bit better what might happen. But I'm like Southside. I think we'll win by 2 clear goals on Sunday. There you go.
Well, I want to score goals and I want to do it, but I think it's just one of the games for me. I would take a Bridgeman. I'll hopefully hope it's more, if that makes sense, Stevie. But for me, it's one of the games in the season. It's just about the 3 points to keep going, and then you turn your focus to Thursday.
That's correct. And we've got to remember we've got Super Jack Butland and goal. go. Here we go. That man there's going to be a key factor on Sunday, and I've no doubt the big man will be solid at the back. So we've got big super Jackie Butland at the back there, who, to me, man, I forgot about Alan McGregor. I really have, and I don't mean that bad, because, man, McGregor's a legend for us, but he's made it easy for us, hasn't he? Forget McGregor, hasn't he? He's been absolutely outstanding for us, and Sunday he's going to be a key factor, because they will get chances. They will get chances. Our defence is a bit better, but let's be honest, it can, they will get chances, and I think Big Butland will do his bit for us. Magic. Jackie Butland and go. No doubt the Bears will be giving it that. No problem. It has been, Ox. He's been superb for us since he came in.
Just looks cool, calm, and obviously, I mean, it sounds daft, but when he came for that cross, Southside in the last minute or so of the Prague game, it's just different. When was the last goal we had that would have come and done that? Woods, maybe?
I was going to say Chris Woods. You say that. And then after a while, he didn't remember after his injury.
I got the injury,
against St Mirren. He was a bit less reluctant at times to do that. He's just been a stature at the back, hasn't he? He showed a presence. He's commanding. He fills the goal. He's been pretty reactive. He's had some really good saves. And like you say, if we expect him sometimes to come out and take the ball out there at corners, and it takes pressure off your defence. And that's what I've been looking for, and he's no disappointed. So happy with him, mate. He's grown into the job. I think he realises in league games he doesn't get a lot today, and he's got to keep his concentration, but so far so good.
We've been top signing, top player. Seems a top bloke and all, Stevie, yeah?
Yes, definitely. But I liked about him when we were getting a bit of stick here, when Beale was there, the players were getting a bit of stick. The few videos that I seen, the big man stopped and he spoke to the fans. Where their other players just kind of ran by with their heads down, The big man actually stopped and, right, what's the problem here, sort of thing. We're meant to be together, let's talk about it. And I like him at a lie. He's a cool customer, mate. I'm going to say something, by the way. England must have some goalkeepers if that boy can't even get looked at. I'm going to say that. Because see that boy they've got for Everton? Who's that they've got in the sticks? What do you call him?
Pickford.
Pickford. Listen, mate, I don't rate Pickford. I'm going to be honest. There's mistakes in Pickford, big time. Look, I don't see him every week. Maybe I'm just getting my blue glass.
Are you saying it's time for the removal of Pickford?
Pickford. I like it. I like it. The thing for me, man, England must have really, they must be something different, man. They must be a different class if they're not even looking at a boy like him.
He was on the bench, but Stevie, he's been sitting on the bench. He's no had the exposure as what he's getting now.
He's got European experience now, mate.
And that's why I expected him to come up here, and I thought we were going to sign him. I thought he comes to a big club, he gets to play week in, week out, and he's getting to play in Europe. And you get the demand that you've got to win. So and you're going to put, hopefully, he's coming up here to add to a medal collection. He's probably not got many medals anyway in his career, probably. So, and there's a chance that if he gets exposure and he plays well in the games that's shown on Sky, which we're on most of the time, and he does well in Europe, then he possibly would get considered back into the squad at some point, if he's pulling out the saves that we expect him to do from time to time. But he'll be judged on that, mate. But I think it's just because he's not had the exposure that he's probably not been, but he's getting it now, so he can certainly put himself into contention.
If he stopped it now, he'd be playing of the year for us, if I'm being honest. Which, you know, it's a bit the goalie, the player of the year. It's not always a good sign, but at the moment, I think he'd be the standout, Stevie.
Aye, see, it's just who we brought in at the summer. He's been the standout for them and on, you know. But no, the big man's been solid. I like him. He you know, he's a good all rounder. You know, he's not too bad with his feet. He's great at commanding that box. You know, and shot stopping. You know, he's really good, man. He'll breed confidence into that back line. That's for sure. And we are starting to play a bit better at the back. We're starting to get it together a wee bit again. But aye, the big man, I just hope through time we'll play in Europe, and hopefully if we win the league this year, Champions League, he gets well noticed again. And who knows, he's still a young guy, man. His goalies are, as far as our goalkeeper's concerned. So you never know.
You never know. Talking about young men, we couldn't find any, so we've been joined by old Davy. Evening, David.
How you doing, guys?
Davy boy.
It's Davy boy.
Evening, Davy.
Yeah, it's good to hear you guys. I am all for the optimism, but I've still got a wee bit of reservations regarding the games that are coming up. I know we're full of we're getting better sort of attitude, but I still think there's a long way to go yet. I'll be more optimistic if we can go, as what you guys were saying, get the points for the games, Europe, and get a decent result out of that, the Mankey Mobs part. Then I'll sort of be more, well, I'm not saying confident, but I'll feel that we are going in the right direction. And my biggest concern about Sunday is I got a horrible feeling they're going to put the boot in. I don't know what you think of that, but you know that they're going to do that anyway.
No surprise, me. I wouldn't be surprised. We know what kind of game it's going to be. Southside.
No, my only concern is for Sunday, Davy, the weather. Because I think we'll go up there and we'll steamroll them. They're not a good team, right? They punt the ball long, and they'll put the boot in or whatever. They'll do what they normally do. But we can overcome that, Davy. We should be able to win the battle for the first 15, 20 minutes. But after that, I'm hoping that we'll impose ourselves on the game. We'll be the team that's gone forward most of the time, I would expect, on Sunday. And you know what Aberdeen, long throw-ins, corners, set pieces, that's where they'll look to. But Jack Butland's in there now, so hopefully he would take the pressure off anything like that. Should he have to? I think the defence have dealt for corners better. I think Seamer's always on the front post, and when they go there, he seems to be the guy that headers them away. I think we've looked a bit better for sort of corners. I think we've no leaked. We've only lost 2 goals or something. Odd one in Europe, but since Clement's come in, we've looked a lot more tidier, should I say, and a bit more steeliness about us, a wee bit more determination. When you seen it against Sparta Prague away, they were jumping in front of boys and blocking them all over the place, Davy. So I've not got any fears about Sunday. I expect it to be a hard game, but first 15, 20 minutes, but I'm hoping we'll impose ourselves. Once we get a goal, or maybe 2, I think then that's it. We know the stuffing at them. And as you'll hear on Sundays, the Bears singing. So that's what I'm looking forward to, mate.
Very good.
I'd just like to say, before Stevie comes in, turn that frown upside down, Stevie.
Turn that frown upside down. Don't bring me problems, bring me solutions. No, Davey, I've got to agree with old Davey. Sometimes we are going in the right direction, but we've still got to keep our feet in the ground. And I think Davey hits the nail on the head saying we've got to go to the Chamber of Secrets, and if we can win, or at the worst get a draw there, it'll maybe tell us a lot about Clement and where he's gone with his team, you know what I mean? So it's down to that game. That's the big games. See, we can win that. Man, the idea, the confidence that we give our boys get into the rest of the season. Honestly, if we can beat them, let's be honest, we should have beat them at Ibrox with a far better team. You've got to take your chances, and now I think we will. No, I think we will. But look, Davy boy, just stick ways. Just stick ways. I know we're a wee bit, let's not get carried away, but trust Big Stevie and Southside. We're the guys that go every week. Well, the telecameras are looking that way. We watch what's going on at the back now. We see it all. That's when I'm not at the pie stall. I can catch everything. I mean, like cat, David, like cat.
What a man.
Our Police Scotland's no got their camera on them.
You've always
No, can I say something? But usually be jumping. Listen, we don't play that mob until the 30th. There's no point in beating them up there if we don't beat St Johnstone, we don't beat Aberdeen, we don't beat the rest of them here.
Yeah.
So we've got to. It starts on Sunday against the Aberdeen mob, and Davey, that's what we look to. And there's no reason why we don't go up there and we beat them. Aye, it's a hard game, but I'll tell you, don't hang it. We'll maybe give them a chance if the weather's bad, windy or something, because we should go up there and beat them.
Southside and David can come back in, but remember, once we beat them on Sunday, we might not be back there this season.
Aye, well, that would be good. That would be good. And
bottom of the league, Southside, if we win.
Davey, see, we beat them on Sunday and we beat them in the cup final. He's only probably 1 or 2 results away from getting the billet anyway, and because they will be doing the bottom of that league, no. So if you look at it in that context, they're not any great shapes. We weren't in any great shapes at Ibrox, but we should have been 2 or 3 up before they got a goal. You know, so we were in downfall with a different manager. We've got a freshness, we've got a team now that plays with a bit of tempo, know what they're doing, create chances, and we're scoring goals. So why do we think Aberdeen will beat us at Pittodrie? You know, I don't fear it at all, Davey. I never feared Rangers going up there anyway, but I just think Sunday's our time. We'll arrive up there and we'll get the 3 points, mate. We'll come down the road. A wee party on the way back down the road, mate.
Jump up, loyal.
On you go, David.
You're spot on, guys. Stevie's nailed it to the mast there, you know, Suicide. And when I'm bringing up the point about injuries and I'm just saying what Stevie mentioned there is if we can get all the games, I'm just repeating myself here, and then get as far as that with the same kind of attitude and where we are at the moment, then I can be more. I'm not saying I'm not confident. I'm always confident. That's why I'm a bear, and I've been there a bear for 60 odd plus years. But the only concern I was talking about the injuries was they know that cup final's coming up, and that's the only why I was bringing that point up. And if they're getting a doing that Suicide says we're going to give them, then I would take off some of the decent players up at the park, because I think they'll just stick a boot right in.
Aye, it's always a physical contest up there, but you need to win your physical battles. You can't shy away. It's a game of football, David. Win the game down the road. Hopefully no injuries apart from knocks, and then you move on to Thursday. It's that simple for me. Southside. Aye,
it's going to be part and parcel, David. There will be a few hefty challenges. I don't know who'll be the ref, but you hope he clamps down on it if it's as bad as some of the tackles could be at times. But I just believe we win. We're competitive. We should probably be on the front foot. We know they'll be up for the challenge. I know they'll fight and they'll harry and they'll find their bodies in front of the ball and all that as if it's a cup final for them. But I'll tell you what, David, they're going to get 2 doings off us. They'll get one on Sunday and one in the cup final, believe me. So, but no, it's attitude and application, Davey, and I think this manager will have our team spot on, and they know what they're going to get when they go up there. Most of the players do in that squad, so I don't expect any problems, mate. No, I was afraid if the weather's bad, that's about the only thing that might give them a chance.
What is it? Have you not seen enough games, Davey, or have you not seen the change?
Oh, I've seen all the games. I've no missed anything. I'm just not getting ahead of myself.
The amount of games, if you don't think the manager's long enough into his reign to judge? Yeah,
that's the point I'm making. Because we know what happened with Bill. He went on a run, and look what that turned out. I'm just being a bit more apprehensive. I'm no because I'm fed up getting up there and getting thrown off the top of the roof. I mean, she says I'm making a mess of the garden. She's gone nuts. that's just how I'm feeling. I'm being a bit more apprehensive. That's all. I mean, I'm always confident in the Ger state of the field. And the way we're playing, you can see it. I mean, that's the thing that's puzzling people. And that's maybe where I'm getting this, wait a minute, attitude. That's the same mob, same team, same everything. And, okay, that is doing it definitely with what that man's been doing. But I still think once we get all the games going and we're still talking like that, I'll be more confident about it all.
I get it, mate. I understand what you're saying. But you've got to, you can only critique what we've had under Clement's outside. And so far, so good. Players are coming back for injury. We'll get selection issues, which is how we get certain players in the team, which we never really had for a year.
Aye, well, obviously Tom Lawrence is out for quite a bit and we're managing to get him back in spells and that. I think Davey, because I think my confidence in it as well as the way he set the team out, the tactics and everything right, like he's been doing, but he seems to want to put players on the park that are actually fit. He's not really wanting to take many chances with players, and obviously some have had a rest and they'll have programmes to work on, like he said. So I think there'll be a freshness about us when we go back on Sunday, which I think will be a good thing for us, especially like Tav's never picked for international duty, and there's goals, and so they two alone, Ben Davis and Suter has been out injured, probably coming back or might be in contention as well as Balogun. So I don't see it being an issue. I think we'll have enough freshness about our squad that takes the field on Sunday. And I think you'll have put more information into him, Davey. And I think it's been positive since he came in. You can see a difference in change in the tempo, and we're not playing slow balls and we're not looking backwards all the time. We're looking forward. We're creating a lot of chances. So I think there's a lot to look forward to, Davey. And I'm hoping that Aberdeen is a big game up there. So aye, let's go and get the 3 points, and that'll give the squad confidence to go into Europe on the Thursday. Take care of them on the Thursday, and then you just go in the next game, Davey, and hopefully the team will just keep going along and doing their job, and we'll see where we are before we play them.
I was going to bring him in. I was going to bring him in as my top golf partner, but he's too negative outside.
I know, Davey. Come on, you be more optimistic here.
I'm optimistic, but I'm just not letting myself get to being, pulling the reins in a wee bit and just say, well, we know what's happened in the past.
Let it run to at least Sunday, Davey.
I'm sounding like Andy Felix here, but I hope not. Oh, can I just say something there, Ox? I want to just put a wee shout out for Denver. My thoughts are with his family and what he's been going through. I've been there, and I hope everything turns out all right for you. So I don't know if you're listening, Denver, but God bless you, son.
It was quite emotional, Davey. I would have lost money, Davey. And you should take a leaf from Denver's book, because there was a year and a week that he phoned up.
It was good to hear Denver, by the way, because he had been missing, and I remember saying to Oxen that a couple of times, no heard from the big man for a long while, so it was good to hear him come on, and it's good to hear that he got a good news at the end of it and all that, and I hear he's got a bit of time in his hand now with his knee replacements coming up, so, but it was good to hear him, and I'm glad everything's worked out well for him, so well done, mate. It was good to hear you back in the show.
I would have lost money, Davey. I couldn't believe it was a year and a week since he'd been on Denver. Just shows you, doesn't it?
Oh, that's the way the cookie crumbles. But I liked the question you were asking him about it was about the 72, the stats. I'm saying, I was listening to it, and I'm saying something like, I was at Ori Games when they beat me Partick Thistle, and I was at Barcelona. I just couldn't place that. I didn't think for a minute that was the stats. It was amazing.
What the start season that was, mate. 3 times in few times in 4 weeks we lost to Celtic, lost to Partick Thistle, lost to Aberdeen, lost to Hearts. That was some start, wasn't it?
That was it, the games. You were all at school.
I don't know if we were at school, mate. I don't know if we were.
72, come on.
No, not then. I was maybe getting thought about, but it was going to be a few years down the line, I think.
Very good. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt here.
You get your sevens and your nines mixed up.
No. I'm having a biscuit.
No like you. Running commentary with Sweetie Southside.
I know, you need to do your homework and you come on here. The listeners need to listen to you speaking, no chewing.
What kind of biscuit is it? What was that other? What was that one? Wacko, wasn't it?
I've not got any more of them. They get put out again. Some people are getting food poisoning. But I've got a yo-yo, a peppermint yo-yo.
Oh, I used to like the toffee ones in them. They still
Oh,
do
they're
them.
nice.
Huh?
They're nice. I like them myself.
Are you a dunker, Davy?
Sorry?
Are you a dunker?
I have been known to do things, It depends on how she's feeling.
Oh dear. Now he's laughing Southside. Chocolate's involved.
You don't get a smile on the face if you mention chocolate to Davy.
Oh, it's Christmas time now, boys. It's coming up. Get all boxes in there.
I can't believe you beat all the ones we gave you last year.
Okay. I'm not going to do that, Rudy. That was marvellous. That was a great gesture, by the way. I really appreciate it. It meant the world to me, by the way. I'm not blowing the trumpet here. I did the meant the world to me.
It was funny when everybody was walking in with it with the boxes.
Lovely. Great gesture.
It was funny. Aye. Listen, Davey, I get your point. The similar run started well under Beale, and obviously the wheels come up, but it just feels different Southside.
Aye, because we've got a guy that knows what he's doing. That's what it looks like, But no, Davey, we've got obviously you get a bit of the new manager bounce, don't you, when they come in? But you can see that you can just listen to him talking in press conferences, and he'll crack the odd wee joke here and there as well, fling it in. But I just think he commands discipline. He gets the respect. He's been a player. He's played international football. He's been successful. He knows how to build a team. And I think probably what he's one of his qualities that we probably don't see is his man management skill with the players. And I think that's probably a big factor in it as well. And I think he sets the team out and he wants them to do what he wants them to do. But I don't think we've seen anything yet, Davey. I think we've got a lot more to see going forward. For him himself and a set-up with tactics and a style of play. I think we've seen an improvement, a big improvement for what we were watching as an attitude and application. So I think we will get a lot better, and when he adds his own sort of players into it going forward, whether it be over 2 transfer windows or 3, I think we're going to get a lot better. But you can see the baby steps that we've took, and it's really good, Davey, and that's how I think Aberdeen on Sunday's a good game for us to come back to. It's a big game to come back to, gets all the players up for it, and it gets us started off with this run of games. So that's how I think 3 points is a must, but I think we will get them, Davey.
Well said, Susan. Well said.
Do you not feel it different, Davey?
Sorry?
Do you not feel it's different?
Of course. Yeah, but I'm just not getting carried away. I'm just thinking, as he said it, I'm just quoting the man. One game at a time, guys. One game at a time. And that's what he's doing. And we'll keep doing the business. And then the momentum will keep going and going and going. And God knows where we could end up. A lot of games, but we've still got to get it. He's the right man to get the attitude right, I'll tell you that. I just hope Lee McCausland gets a game on Sunday. Is that boy, I think it was, what was it? Was it Albert? I think it was Albert. He was talking about him when the boys went down to see him playing down at Green up Morton against Alloa. And look where he's came through. He's giving him a chance because he sees something there. That wouldn't have happened to the last guy.
I don't think he'll start on Sunday, but I think he might be involved, Southside.
I don't think he'll start. Did he not have an rib injury or something? I don't know if he picked a knock-up. I don't think he was on the bench there, but maybe fit enough, but don't know. But he's a breath of fresh air, Davey. He's a good wee player. He'll get more chances. I don't think he'll start him, but I'd like to think that he'll be about the squad and get a chance. But here, you never know. Clement might have him back and he might think, I'm just going to play you, and that's what I want to do. He said he'll give young players a chance, but I think he'll probably be on the bench on Sunday, mate. But he's good. He's refreshing. He's got a good passing range, and you've seen some of the passes he's put in for some of the players in the park when he's been on, especially in Sparta Prague game and that. And he was unlucky. I don't think his goal should have been chopped off at Livingston. I think he was unlucky there. But it's like Davey, he'll come in and he'll be good, and there'll maybe be times he'll come in and he'll not be so good. It's just a learning curve for him. He's a young boy, but I'd like to see him stay about the squad going forward in the first team, because it's something that hopefully we could develop him into a right good player and save us maybe money.
Yeah.
Davey?
Aye, well, he won the man of the match for Northern Ireland in that game. So, I mean, that says everything to me about what that guy's got. It's just a matter of maturing them and persevering them. But the good thing now is that, as you were talking about, we've got a lot of good players coming back now. So if we're going to go anywhere, we're getting stronger. But I just don't want any hiccups on the way to the top, because that's where we're going. We're going to the top.
He's changing his tune, Southside.
See, doesn't it take long, does it? No, Davey, I mean, we're no narrow anymore either. He's changed that in the team. We've got players now that are going to be competing for places. We've got that style where he wants to hang with it. Aye, we're still using the older players like Lundstrom and Jack are still starting, where you're looking for probably with fitness levels in there would have been Raskin. Sif Fuentes, you'd have thought, would have kicked on, but maybe when he'd been playing a long season and maybe he just had to get up to the tempo of the game, he was flung in games. So I'm hoping that he'll maybe kick on in a few weeks' time and see what he's all about and see if he's got a position in the team to get. Kieran Dell's another one that I thought would come in, and I'm looking for Todd Cantwell to pick his form up. So, and Danilo's come in and started to score, and he's missed a few chances. He could have a lot more goals. Seema's done well. Tom Lawrence is coming back to fitness, and we've still got Matondo and Scott Wright. You know, if you look at it like that, Davey, it's all players that should make a big difference to your team when they're all fit. And it's just about Clement, as he says, he keeps getting a puzzle every week because he's got to keep changing the squad for European games and league games. But he's doing it and we're getting results.
All right, gentlemen. All right, get yourself on mute because we're going to have a tune.
The English have Charlton, the Irish George Best, the Welsh have Big Davis, you know, Ken the rest. Let the French win the derby, let the Yanks have the moon, but leave me the Rangers, the pride of the tune. They're the idols of Scotland, and each game they play, they try and they fight till the end of the game. When victory's theirs, in my heart they will ring this chorus. I hope that you'll help me to sing. It's Rangers, it's Rangers, it's Rangers for me. If you know a Ranger, you know used to me. The heads and the hearts and the thistle are proud, but they can't beat the Rangers, the pride of them all. it's Rangers for me. So here's to the lads in the royal blue, and here's to the lassies who follow them too. I don't want the hips, the hearts or the souls. I wish them the best, but I'll never forget. It's Rangers for me. If you know a Ranger, you're no use to me. The hips and the hearts and the thistle are proud, but give me the Rangers, the pride of them all. It's Rangers for me. If you know a Ranger, you're no use to me. The hips and the hearts and the thistle are proud, but give me the Rangers, the pride of them all. But give me the Rangers, the pride of them all.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, come and join us. Give your thoughts. How it's going to go, these running games, because it's real. This is a big point in the season. Every game's important, Davey, but this is a big run of games coming up. Cup finals, games to qualify to Europe after Christmas, worth a lot of money to the club, and then we'll get these run of league games. It's a real exciting time, eh?
Oh, it definitely is. I mean, that's where you want to be, isn't it? I mean, we couldn't have said that 2 or 3 months ago. We weren't, well, at the start we were saying, well, this looks good, we've signed this, we've signed that, and that, you know what happened to that? That went right up there. This chap's come in, you can hear it, and the suicide was saying, you just listen to his way he talks, and then he gets asked all these stupid questions by that stupid media, and he handles it. Before that wasn't happening. And I think everybody, as you were saying, and the guys were saying, you can see the transformation. That's the puzzling bit. So there's something working somewhere, and it's definitely going to be him. And long may it continue. And I might be sounding pessimistic sometimes to these guys, but I'm not. I'm just being a bit, I'm not letting myself get carried away. Because I'm like you, when anything doesn't go right with it hurts. You know, I might have a laugh here now, but I take that serious. I've heard a lot of guys on the show and all saying they can't eat. Well, I used to be like that, I know, but I'm getting a bit older now, so I'm a greedy bee. But I think it's. I know, but I'm very confident. I'm always confident. Even watching the women's team, I'm confident.
Because of the strip they wear, you know, we just feel we should win all the time, but obviously we don't, Southside. But
no, I'm not thinking about that, Davey. 3 years down the road on Sunday with the ring result will be a sorghum, believe me, you know. But nah, it's part and parcel of watching the Rangers, isn't it, as we know. But at the moment, we've got the feel-good factor, and he's doing well at the moment. We've seen the reaction, and it is down to him, Davey. It's down to him, and the players have showed the reaction, because basically they weren't really kicked. They weren't doing it for the other manager, and their heads were in the wrong spot, and probably a lot of instruction, tactics, style. Listen, we know what happened. We were playing that mob at Ibrox. We set out and we went and defended, and probably the players were thinking, what's going on here? We're going out to defend and try and pick them and hit them on the break. And you look at the defence they had in other tactics against other teams. So players aren't daft, and you seen the way the ref reacted that day against them and played them wide right, and he was trying to get the team up apart and that. So obviously they knew that tactically our manager wasn't fulfilling what he'd been telling them to get them there, and what he was telling us in the press, and how he was going to make them play, and they'd all play in the right positions, because players played out of position. So now we've got a guy who understands the game. He has an actual style that we don't know about, because we didn't know anything about him. We're only looking at what he's brought to the club and how he's had a reaction out of the players, and what we're seeing in sort of a style and a sort of formation, and it's been positive. So it's only baby steps, Davey, as we've said, but it's positive. And I think the positivity will keep going now over the next few weeks, Davey, and I think we'll just see it build.
Yeah.
Are you getting on the train or not, Davey?
I've been on the train. I thought you were all born. No, I heard Sue saying, talking about what he was worried about this, that, and the next thing. About the weather, yeah, I can understand that. I'm more concerned about the referee. I think that will make a big difference to how that game goes as well.
It's simple for me, David, right? See these games. If we play, we'll win. And we'll win what we can do in Dundee. That's the golf. But if we don't play, we make it hard for us in one effort. The first time they went up the park at Ibrox, he scored the goal. You've got to take chances. That's a big thing, getting that first goal. The game swings then.
I agree with you to a certain extent there, but you got to play. You can't, if he doesn't let us play, we can't win. You look at the Celtic game. Look at the Celtic game. We scored a good goal. Who was that? That was the referee. It's swings and roundabouts. That was a big call.
I think people forget that in that game. If that game had been a draw, it's a 3-point swing, south side,
Aye, sometimes VAR makes bizarre decisions, Davey, as we've seen. Not just up here, seen it all over the place. But you hope that the officials don't need to get involved. If it's a clear foul, you hope they give it. And if it's a yellow card, you hope they dish it out and they stay consistent. But I just think if we get on the ball and we play passing and moving and get on top of them and put the pressure on them, we can make the game easier for ourselves. And as long as we create good chances and somebody sticks it in the back of the net, which we hope, because we've been creating and we've been scoring, then that will kill the game, Davey. Getting the goals at the right time in the game, and a goal in the first 20 minutes or something like that would settle things down, and then we can have a right go at them. We don't normally batter them up there in games over the period of time. We have now and again, but they're usually tight games and that. But nah, I just think Aberdeen aren't as good as what people think they are. Their league position proves it. And I think on the day we'll have a lot more freshness about our team than what they might. And I just think that we should go up there and beat them on Sunday, because the team's got the confidence at the moment.
All right, we've been joined by Kirky. Evening, Kirky.
Good evening. How are you all?
How are you doing, mate? Good to hear from you. How's things in your world?
Oh, not too bad at all, pal. Not too bad at all.
Mate, good to hear from you. What's on your mind, mate?
It was just here going on about Giovanni Van Bronckhorst and Beale and Clement, or Clement, however you say it. I think the biggest difference is now the manager's running the changing room. The changing rooms and running the manager. And I think it's so strong that all the boys that down tools and all that, like, they barely do that now, I don't think, because they'll be at the door. Beale didn't have the power, he didn't have the guts to do it, and I don't think Gio had it either, to be quite honest. You know the folk I'm talking about, the down tools that didn't know what to play. They'll not do that with Clement, because they'll be at the door, quick as a shot. That's the reason they all look up to respect them, and I think this is one of the improvements that he's got.
Aye. I think if they've been at the door, he'll be chasing them, south side.
Aye, Kirky, I don't think many of them will want to cross him. I think Beale being there before and that knew a lot of the squad, because a lot of the squad were there, and probably had favourites, For instance, if we're saying now, when we looked at the game that got played at Kilmarnock, do you think Philip Clement would have stuck Connor Golson in that team against Kilmarnock in the first day of the season with hardly any training behind him? I don't think so. No. And I think you might have got a reaction for certain players as well, the fact that he just walked in and played that game. Gio, tactically, I think Gio done pretty well in Europe. He changed it. I think when he came in, he wasn't so happy about putting the fullbacks forward in league games, and I think had changed it. Probably player pressure as well as other people saying, well, how come our fullbacks are sitting there? They need to go forward. But Gio lost it in a bit as well. Players turned against him at certain times. But I think he's come in, the big man, and I just think he's probably just not. He's got good disciplinarian, and I think these players now, some of them are at the ends of their contracts and stuff. Some are looking for a contract, and they might start to think, well, I need to play now. But we know, as watching them, Kirky, week in, week out, and all that, and watching them, we know the down tools, some of them, and one, maybe two, might get carried forward. You never know. If they do, we need to support him. But I'm hoping that he's wise enough to know that he'll make big changes over the next 2 or 3 transfer windows going forward.
I think so as well, yes.
It just seems, as Davey points out, he's right. We kind of get carried away. It's not that many matches, but there just seems to be a mentality change. I don't know. It's not massive, but it's made a big difference, Kirky.
I think the training's made a big difference as well, because as you know yourself, a defender, a midfield player, and other fitnesses are different. But I think he just, when they're doing the training, right, Liberty was knock up first, he just stopped, which is fair enough, but could another player need more engine, as you could say? Yeah, I think maybe everybody was doing the same thing, and the new manager thinking, right, you're going to be working a lot harder, or maybe not working harder, but you need more energy, you need more quickness than maybe a centre-half does, can. So I think it's just the way he brought other teams up. Look at that first team he went to, can't remember what they're called, down at the bottom of the Belgian league. They had them at the top 3 in the first season. They had hardly won a game. And then he was pitting player against player that their manager then would never have dreamed of. And he must have some man management control, to be quite honest.
He's an impressive character, Davey, eh?
That was a great point Kirky brought up there. It's spot on with what he mentioned there. Great point, Kirky. Well said. I think that shows all over the team about where they were previous. And, I think they brought it up. I brought it up anyway a couple of weeks ago. It was against, I can't remember, I think it was Hearts they were winning. And the ball broke up to Dezers. He came on. And Dezers just stood there. And I've seen come on.
It was a semi-final. Right?
And he walloped him. That wasn't happening before.
Did you make that?
He's not letting them be lazy like that. That's the difference between who we've got now and where we were.
Did you make that on the show, Davey?
Sorry?
Did you make that point on the show?
Aye.
Oh, man, I usually turn after you're speaking. Sorry.
I should have known that was coming. I should have known that. I walked right into that, didn't I? Big Stevie's still there.
I think as well, he watched all the games. Now, I'd like to think that all the runs they make, all the stats are all there, and they're all kept. So he probably went in there and looked at their running, because I remember Dessers making a comment after a game. He says, we broke the running stats for the season. So he's probably went in and said, here, shows these stats, but these players are running during the game and all that, and he's looked at it and thought, no, this isn't happening. No, that'll be another factor. Davey, that's probably what he's done as well, because he's looked at the pace and how long it used to take us to play the ball across the back 4. But I just think he commands the respect, and I think once you see his ideas, his man management, I think, is a big thing. I think talking to the players coming off the park and that is a nice touch. It's obviously his own style and what he's done at other clubs. And I think you'll get a reaction from players as well. But if they see what you're telling them today is working and it's working, then they buy into it, and anybody that doesn't, then they'll be moved on. And if they are buying into it and doing a job from the now, if he doesn't think they're going to last a year or two or whatever in his team going forward, then I'm sure he'll make sure he'll get them out the door.
Turkey?
I agree completely there. I think excuse me. I think they'll be need to be messing with him. He's just that kind of manager. It's a manager he gives me. I don't think it's my way or no way, but I think he will be a manager that he demands respect from his players. Yeah. And you even watched him I can't remember, it was about third or fourth game. We started playing the horseshoe again, like, and he was on that touchline creating merry hell. I think they were 2-0 up or 3-0 up at the time. And he was jumping about there waving them for it. Because he wasn't letting them like going 2-0 up and then just lie back. He wanted them, he's wanting goals, he's wanting to win, he's a winner. And that's the way it is. He's like an out winner. And I hope he tells that in every single player he's got, because we're quite honest. We get to the big games and then they just decide, like, we can't beat them, no matter. Yeah. That's never going to happen under him, like.
Well, Big Stevie, there's a run of big games coming up. They're all massive, aren't they? But there's just the momentum, hopefully, just grows and grows and grows, mate.
As the Bridgeman says, the next game's the biggest. And that's how it is. We just need to keep going. We just need to game at a time, keep the back door shut, get a couple of goals, breed the confidence through the team, and then take it there. That's the bottom line.
Right, you must be feeling more confident now, Davy.
You're a hard man, Oak. You're a hard man. You could get body out of stone, so you could. Big Stevie there.
He's there, aye.
That's good. I thought he was away doing to maybe I need to get a couple of pies there. I've not heard them for 5 or 10 minutes.
David, why you always go to mention pies and about me? Come on.
But you're famous. You're not our Scotland, son. That's something to be achieved. That's achievable. Being the best pie buyer at all the football parks.
Aye, you were getting. I'm getting Farm Foods asking me to do a wee stunt for them on Rangers Radio. 3 days you can't go down. Anyway.
So you said there is other frozen shops available.
Aye, there is. Iceland.
The Waitrose don't have a frozen shop.
Frozen section.
Aye. It was in there once.
Then you must have.
I was in with the store detective.
Oh dear. Kirky, you're in with a bad mob here, mate.
I can't remember that, like, Davey has all the Maltese, or see the advent calendar out with them now, like, so I bought you another day so it'll get you, like, you know what I mean?
Oh,
don't you start, Kirky. Don't you start, kid. Don't encourage them, Kirky.
No, that trip you throw them up, you catch them in the mouth. Not one did they catch.
No, that I think about food all the time. Are you calling him Turkey or Kirky?
Kirky's no juice for Christmas, Davy. Stevie.
Oh, there you go. Huh?
Yeah. Right. Obviously, there's been a break, and I see that Cifuentes come back in, and some of the media try to make a story. He was on a yellow card and couldn't play in the game this week, so the manager, it was him and another player, the manager says he's might as well go back to your parent clubs. I thought that was great management being an international manager, Southside it.
Aye, mate, it was. Been moving very often. They maybe have said you'll just sit in the stand and watch the game, but probably with the travelling involved and all that as well, and the fact that he went out and showed up just after being out injured and that, I think probably the manager looked at it as that way as well. But it was a good touch for him, mate. It really was. It'll probably hopefully help us get him back a bit fresher than what he would have a few days earlier than he would have. So it's good for the club, and it was good for the national team to do that for him.
Aye. We don't really know his position, Stevie. Maybe Cifuentes.
No, mate. What I've seen him so far, he'll need to show more. He really will. No, he'll need to. Don't get me wrong. He might need a wee string of games or the same. But you're right. Where is he playing? Tell us, where is he? I thought he was bought as a box-to-box midfielder. I thought that's what we get told. And then again, we were taught a lot of things. It never came to fruition. But anyway, I just don't get where he's playing now. Where has he gone? Who would drop him?
We've not really seen it a lot, have we? If I've been honest, Davey.
He's not set the hell on fire for me anyway. I thought every time I've seen him, I felt he's been just, I don't know, he just doesn't seem to want to be involved. I don't know if that's what you think, but I just don't think he's got the right attitude for our game. I don't know. He's getting the money, but he's not giving us the goods.
He started okay, and then it just sort of petered out, Kirky.
I kind of think it's because he's played a few seasons. It's a new environment. He's played a few seasons in America, just about. I just don't know if that's maybe got something to do with it as well. Ken, they were well through their season in America when he came out here, so it's like played a few seasons. He's not really had a break, if you know what I mean. Okay, he has without injuries. He's never been playing, but Ken, it's just. I think it's maybe just the boy was knackered when he came out. His season, he came out like the end of the season. You're just waiting for it to end, really, aren't you? And then just trying. I mean, didn't get the wrong starting with a new club. You should be fired up and ready to go. But I just kind of look at that. And the boys not really had a chance either, to be quite honest.
Aye, fair comment, mate. Fair comment. Southside?
I think it's trying to fit him into the team. I think in America he's playing slower pace and that, and I think it'd take him a wee while to come in here, adjust and all that. Wait, is it Ecuadorian, is he?
Aye.
Aye, so I mean he's got plenty of caps international level, you know, so he's not going to be a bad player. It's probably just took him a bit of time, and like you said, he was coming off a long season probably over there. Maybe hence he's picked up a couple of knocks and injuries. And we sort of put him in and played him different sort of positions. He was after the pace in the games, in the European games, on the right-hand side. But I think if Clement's going to get him a bit more fitness in him, we might see him. But depending on the system and how he's picking the team, if it's going to be the 4-2-3-1 and that, then I don't know where you would put him in. If you're looking at three across the front, I thought he'd probably go in and play beside Raskin if you could, you know, two of them in there, and you're going to get rid of Lundstrom and Jack over a period of time once he's got a good fitness level. I thought he'd have been in round about the middle of the park, but I don't know. I don't know what the manager sees for him yet, but I'm sure we'll find out going forward in time.
Aye, it's going to be interesting how we got all these players on the pitch if they're off fit, Steve, yeah?
Aye, it's a sort of sore head, it's a good sore head for the manager to have everybody coming back fit, everybody, you know, it's really a sore head for him, but I'm just worried about the boys' event. I know what Southside's saying, it might take him a wee while and that, but just what I've seen of him, I just think, as he cut out for our game, that's what I'm saying to myself is the boy going to make it for our game, you know? In the States, you've got more time in the ball, and, you know, you can walk up at a halfway line and then look for your pass, but no in our game here, definitely no. And is he used to the physical side? I don't know, man. I really don't know.
These South Americans are usually tough, Southside, aren't they?
Yeah, I think that side yet, I don't think you'll have a problem. I think he's just needing a bit of time to settle in, new country and all that, and get flung in. And let's be honest, our other manager never had any tactics or a style, did he? So how are you meant to show yourself? I think in certain games he's done all right. I can't think of the European game, but he done quite well in one of the games. Was it? Aye, he had some nice touches and he had some nice wee bits. He looked tired in games sometimes. He looked a bit off the pace. I think that's probably down to fitness. He put a nice ball across to Danilo away for him against Servette, and he missed a sitter. I think he said wee bits, but he needs a sort of run in the team to see where you're going to fit him in and see what you can actually do. And I think that will come down to Clement to see where he can fit him in. But I'd have thought he'd have went in round about the middle of the park. I think if he'd been fit with Raskin going out, he might have got a position in there if he'd been fit. But then again, he might be a more forward-thinking player, probably on the right-hand side, but Cantwell's been over there and you've got Scott Wright there and we could play Seamer there. So I don't know where he's going to put him, to be honest, but he might end up getting punted. He might just think, I've got too many similar players and he'll need to go. Who knows?
You never know, Davey.
Aye, maybe I'm being a bit, just a bit critical of him, but when you just look back at, look at him with a wee guy, what's his name, Matondo. Yeah.
Done.
So we were giving him pelters, and look what he's turned around and started doing. So there's still light at the end of the tunnel for him, for Cifuentes. So it's just maybe going to take him a bit longer. But it's just one of these things. You just got to sit and see how it develops.
Aye, of course, he's got to get on the pitch. He's got to get blood, then on the pitch. And then we'll see where it takes us. But it's not somebody we should write off too soon, Kirky, but, because we haven't seen that much of him, but you want to see more of him this second half of the season.
Aye, quite correct, mate. Aye. As I say, like, Dessers has plenty of chances, isn't it? So you've got to give other boys the same chances.
That's a big shout. By the way, if Dessers scores at the weekend, potentially could have miracles in Lawrence Shanklin in the league this season, Southside Metal.
I know.
I know. And aye, listen, he's got 4 and 4, hasn't he? No doubt the manager says he'll work with him and he'll work with other players. He seems to pride himself in that he can make you a better player in his type of system. And listen, if Dessers can keep coming on the park or starting and scoring a goal, even every 2 games, that will do for me. More needs produced. But no, listen, you want every player to succeed, and he's not had the best of starts, and he's looked clumsy and a bit awful at times. But listen, he's got a fresh chance, and if a manager's going to pick him now and again, you just hope that he's on the park and does the business for the Glasgow Rangers, regardless of what he's done in the past at the moment.
Aye, certainly. The same with Lammers as well, like,
It'll be really interesting to see if they're involved in it. A, if they start again, Kirky, and B, if they're involved, And it's not just about them, it's a team game, but they haven't set the hair on fire, have they?
No, certainly not. No. Maybe Dessers he's maybe just an out striker and he needs somebody to help him, and they're playing him out of position. I mean, they don't know, he's got to try and find his best position. He's spent enough money on him, like, so. He's really got to try and get him in. If he can't get him in, he's got to go. We'll probably take a loss on him, like. Well, I wouldn't buy him, put it that way. So what other team's got to do it?
Aye. Well, obviously we've critiqued them, we've been hard on them, but let's just say, Stevie, they've not exactly set the hair on fire, have they?
No, definitely no. Look, I think all David kind of reeled the heat when it comes to Matondo. Look at the stick we're giving him, man. And look how he's turned out. We can't wait till the wee man's back. We're wanting him to be back there fighting, doing what he was doing before he got injured. Listen, it doesn't matter. We're left with him here now anyway, and we just need to keep backing them and try to get them their confidence as good as we can. If they listen to these shows, it wouldn't make you great reading for get out there to play football. You think all the fans are talking about the way some of his day. We need to start just being a wee bit more positive about them, do we know?
Certainly do, yes.
Aye.
Well, I support them because they're playing with Rangers, like, but they're saying that. Mind that boy, was it Man United we had for last year or Man City? On winger. He was hopeless to start, and then of the season he was. I can't remember what his name was now. Maybe we got the young winger.
Aye.
Was he the real one? No, I pronounced that right, Southside, yeah?
Aye, Dalio. I bet he was from Sunderland, didn't it?
I think he did. He's shining.
I think he's back at Man United. Aye, that's a good point, mate, but some people take longer than others, but you can only critique what you saw, and I think Stevie said that Dessers has looked slow and cumbersome on the ball, and that's true, but if you keep scoring goals, it doesn't matter how slow and cumbersome you're, Stevie, does it?
No, it doesn't. And seeing Europe would probably suit Deserts better, as you know, you get more time in the ball, you know. But look, I'm no man. I can see why the fans get frustrated with him, right? But what can you do? Do you just keep every week slaughtering the boy? And, you know, we've got him. He signed a long-term contract. The only way we're going to move him along is get behind him, make sure he's playing and try and get the best out of him while he's playing. And as a fan, if you just keep slaughtering and ripping apart, he's never going to enjoy it. He's never going to get that connection with the fans and start to enjoy it and get a bit of confidence. You know, so just let's see what it brings, you know. And look, I just don't know what Beale's seen in the two boys. I mean, he looked him in the eyes. He asked him, "Are you up for it?" And then you're looking at that, and I actually think the two of them are like downgrades. I mean, for all you think about Fashion Sakala, you know, and you know, wee Morelos and guys like that, I just think we went back away a wee bit. But listen, boys, we've got to get behind them. They're starting to get a wee run now. They're starting to do their wee bit. They're slowly but surely getting there. Let's just get behind them and do the best we can for them. Slaughtering them week in, week out, and coming on Rangers platforms like us, and half-drawn and quartering the boys. It's not going to do them any good. Try and be positive about them, Bells. I know it's hard.
Aye. Hopefully, you never know, they might be fitter. But I think the problem will be is the two of them starting, maybe going forward, even though that Lammers has started a lot of games outside that under Coleman.
Aye, well, I'm hoping that the A2 and all, they'll be worked on and they'll maybe know a bit more what the managers want and demanding. Dessers will get used in certain games for his physicality because he is a big unit, you know, and maybe with a bit more instruction and maybe getting him on the ball where he's running through one-on-one with the goalkeeper is maybe where you might find he might start scoring goals and not having him trying to hold the ball in and have his back to goal and all that. And sometimes he looks clumsy, sometimes he can't hold the ball in, sometimes you're watching him when he's watching the ball coming out there, he's more watching the player and backing into him and that. Sometimes he gets away with it, sometimes he doesn't, but he doesn't do a lot of jumping in the air. That's the one thing I've noticed about him. But you want him to succeed and you're hoping that maybe the manager gets into his head, and if we can get him in the right positions, then he might turn that around where he's going to score goals. But he might not be that player that we think's technically very good. But see, at the end of the day, he's there to try and score goals, and he's done well in the last few games where he's scored in every game that he's been on. So hopefully that continues on Sunday, whether he gets a bit part or he starts, whatever the manager thinks. I don't think he'll start, but you never know. He might look to start him because they're going to be a big physical team. But either or, you want him to succeed. And Lammers, I think, has got great technical ability. I think he scored a great goal at Dundee. That's what we're looking for him today. Go on the ball and try and create. And hopefully he'll get a bit of confidence and maybe see him turn it around going forward as well. Slow starter, the same as Dessers, and those we can hope for as they get better going forward.
You're a very kind man, Mr. Southside. Very kind man.
Well, I don't boo Rangers players, mate. No, I never have. And I don't. I can be critical, and we say it as we see it. We can only talk as we see them. If they think we get criticism, we're criticising them, then aye. Dessers has looked awful at times. His touch has been short, and sometimes he gives away a foul straight away. We're saying, but the truth is, so we'll stop slagging the players when they start performing better and all in the park for the club, mate. You know, and if they're doing the right things, we'll certainly be praising them.
Yeah.
Can I?
Yeah, just use 1 minute, I'll come right back to you. Listen, last part of the show, let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Okay. Stevie?
No, I was just going to say Southside hit on something there when, you know, we'll stop criticising them when they start to get a wee bit better. I'm going to fling my hat in the ring and say, when Desert first came, he was woeful. I think he's come on a wee bit. Not much, a wee bit. But there is a wee bit of progress there. You know what I mean? But for what we thought we were buying, you know, wow. But no, I mean, I don't hold that against anybody who'll come on and say, look, my team's rubbish, or no, that particular player's woeful or whatever. That's their opinion. They've got every right to say that. I'm just saying that it's week in, week out. Can we not just try and take the positives rather than the negatives sometimes, you know? That's what I'm saying. But listen, everybody, this platform gives everybody their entitled to their opinion. And that's the beauty of it. And by the way, it's a free platform. May I fling that in?
Well said. You take note of that, Terry. Anyway, we've been joined by a legend of Rangers Radio, the one and only Spanish Billy. How we doing, Billy boy?
Good evening, Dreamtime, Ox, and the rest of the gentlemen. Oh, I wouldn't say a legend. I'm a sporadic caller. I can't remember the last time I rang in, but aye, how's she going?
No, I must have found he's fell off his seat. You there, Billy boy?
Who, me? Can you not hear me?
Oh, you were quiet. We can hear you now. Carry on, mate.
I was just saying, it's been quite a while since I rang in, but I'm all emotional just thinking about it. Basically, I'm going to take my son to his first ever Rangers game on Sunday, the 3rd of December, and it's just been an emotional wreck. See all those memories from when I was a 6-year-old boy waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning, making the journey over to Glasgow. Things I had just totally forgot about. It's just when you think you can't fall in love with the famous Glasgow Rangers anymore, the second you find out you're going to pass on that sacred tradition that my father passed on to me, I think I'm more excited than the Wayne, to be honest. And my dad's going with us, so it'll be the 3 generations of Spanish Billies all at Ibrox for the first time together. So I literally cannot wait.
All right. Listen, you nearly made me right there. See if you'd have said you had 2 tickets for Pataudry, I would have fell off my seat outside.
No, listen, I wouldn't dare take my son to Pataudry because, like, we're from Ballymena, so we get called similar names to Aberdonians in regards to sheep. So I wouldn't expose him to that just yet.
Oh dear. When you started that statement, I thought that's what you were going to say. I was Stevie, in you come, mate. Brilliant.
Oh, listen, man. That's what the Rangers is all about, handing it down on it. I remember taking Jamba at his first game, and I remember going with my dad. And honestly, my Granda Mac, no, just that's where it is, man. We're a family, but that's brilliant. That's brilliant to know that the family's making the journey there. And by the way, that's what you call loyalty to a club, but you boys do. I mean, I pity you. Some of that through that Michael Beale time there, all you boys come across that water and land in air, and you spend a few bob and you come to Ibrox. It's just unbelievable the support we've got in Northern Ireland. And across enemy lines too, by the way, there's some good Blue Noses in the South Island as well. But what you're doing, Billy, that's... Listen, what you're doing, mate, with that wee Wayne, that wee Barra, man, that'll stick with the Wayne, you know, it'll stick with you always. Make sure you get some 40s and build the memories, mate. Absolutely. We're talking about positives. What about that for a positive, huh? Another wee bear, coming across the water. Magic.
It's like a lot of people, right? I'm an Ulster man, an Ulster Scot. I have a wild gift of the gab and I ramble a lot, but I've been told from time to time I can articulate myself. But see, the last couple of weeks, I've just been gibbering full. Like, we are all blue noses. Like, we are born blue noses. You do not choose Rangers. Rangers chooses you. And I think my son just got it the other day. I said, that's the ticket's definitely got. And his eyes lit up as he wears Harry Potter glasses, and I thought he was going to do some sort of magic trick because the wee glasses just steamed up, and he was like, are we really going, Dad? Are we really going? And I was like, we just need to get 3 tickets all together. And he was like, listen, Dad, it doesn't matter. Just get to the Giller and make Granda sit way over somewhere else because Grandad will be doing a wild lot of gurning and shouting.
Well, I think there's only one person can answer that. The rambling fool. David, can you come, mate?
It's good to hear you, son. Good to hear you. No, I was just having a wee chuckle to myself there about Suicide was talking about he's never booed a Rangers player. Well, I'll give you a wee example, Suicide. I do think this is maybe a bit early for you, but I remember Alfie Collins' first game back playing for Rangers after he went to Celtic. And if you want to hear booing, you should have heard of that day, boy.
I'll give you a clue, Davey. I never booed, but see when you ran out the tunnel and you're standing next to it.
Well, I'll tell you, I did.
Aye, no, I remember it, Davey. I remember. I know, listen, I just in general, but no, you're talking about. I mean, there's many Rangers. There's many Rangers players being booed at Ibrox, you know, and none other than Ali McCoist, if you remember, back in the day when the Copeland Road were telling them where to go. I think we played Dundee that day. I think and John Brown scored against us and he missed sitter after sitter. So some players take it and can carry on with it, and other players crumble under it. And that's another factor. And when we buy these players and we brought all these players in that Michael Beale brought in, they've got to be able to handle the atmosphere and the pressure to play for Glasgow Rangers. They've got to be able to play roughly the 2 games a week and then kick on again, and you can't get beaten, you can't take draws anywhere. That's the importance of coming to the club, and you've got to learn it quickly. So I'm hoping that a lot of the players that haven't showed up now will start, they know what it's about now, and will start to deal with the demands, and anybody that can, like I say, this manager's no daft, he'll move them on.
Can I ask Billy a question?
Aye, of course you can, mate.
Billy boy, Big Stevie for the drum here. I was over in Belfast there for Remembrance Day, showing my respects. I'll tell you, by the way, do you get vegetable roll where you are?
Oh, I can get you some of the best vegetable roll, so I can.
Oh, Billy, when the show's done and get my number, will you?
Is this going through customs, by the way?
Well, we'll be grand with customs. A lot of the customs are blue noses, but can you imagine me just like walking, getting off the bus at Helm Street, pockets absolutely full to the brim with vegetable roll?
Billy boy, I'll tell you, you got a ticket for Aberdeen if you can get me vegetable roll.
Here, I'll bring you some potato crisps. I'll bring you a fiddle loaf. I'll bring you a vegetable roll, and I'll bring you proper potato bread. We call it fudge. I hope I don't get a yellow card for that there, but I'll bring you some proper stuff for a real Ulster fry.
Oh, I like
it's always
stuff
food. Listen, Billy, you know what you've got to make sure if you get the opportunity, you've got to get into that museum with a lad. It's worth a visit, isn't it, Southside?
Aye, 100%. Billy, if you get the chance to try and get yourself in there and see it, certainly worth the money and worth the tour. Obviously, if you're on a match day, time will be a wee bit limited and it might be a lot busier, but if you get the chance to go in, certainly go in and have a look, mate. It's certainly worthwhile.
There's so much, you know. I'm overwhelmed with all these great ideas of what I want to do. There's just like, honestly, I don't have the words. Like the other day, I was listening to the famous RFC and the line where it says, "All my sons will be like me." I nearly started grating. Just that, you know, the passion, and it's like I thought I couldn't love this club anymore. And my dad was nearly grating because like he remembers taking me, and it's, man, I don't know the words. I'm just laughing, but there's so much I want to do, and what I would like to do is hopefully meet up with a couple of people beforehand, because like I remember when I was a young boy going over, say when like older bears, like adults I didn't know, were like coming up to me, putting a hand on my shoulder and being like, well, wee man, you excited, and you know, you're one of us now, and just like all our bears I didn't know, like showing an interest and telling me things and all, it made me really, really feel part of something, and that went a long, long way to me becoming a lifelong bear. And those things stick with you more than the football at times. So I just want to try and make it the best experience ever. And if I can get into the museum, and obviously all the wee traditions I do, like when I go to Ibrox, I get off the bus in Helm Street, I walk up and I get a couple of bags of hard-boiled sweets, I buy a new scarf, and just all them wee things, and I can't wait to teach them all them wee traditions. And
what kind of sweets? What kind of sweets?
Cola cubes, and if it usually doesn't eat any Clove Rocks, usually cola cubes and chewy cinnamons.
All right, not bad selection. When you buy the scarf, make sure you do it in the club shop, that right, Southside?
Aye, at the club shop. I take it you go to the wee stall, just by the roundabout end, Billy.
I'll be doing two things. So what I'm going to do is he'll be picking his own scarf in the house in the morning. But he'll go to the stall, and I said to him, it's important you pick your own scarf. You pick your own scarf. So because I still have my first scarf, my first hat and all, and I said it's important you pick your own scarf, and then we'll go into the shop and he'll get the bar scarf with the crest on it as well. But it's important he picks his own scarf because it's just a wee tradition we have in our family.
Davey's
to be fair, most of
Davey's still got his first chevron one, isn't he, Davey?
No, you're dead right. No, that's just right. If you're going to get in and go to the shop, you might not get the same type of selection you'll get at the stalls, but you know everything you spend in there will go right back to the club. And I went to the museum and I sat there and I took a trip back down memory lane, and it was fantastic. Absolutely out of this world. Worth a £5 a pint for that.
Kirky, these stories like Billy bringing his son over along with his father, it's these things that make the Rangers family, innit?
Aye, that's correct. I got my first Rangers scarf in 1966.
Right.
And it was the one with the red and white stripe across the way. And I think it was I Ready it was on it. And I had a tie to match it. And I had a hat the same. I got it when I was 3-year-old. And my dad started taking my Ibrox when I was 6. So I've been through it all. Like, I mean, I've got 8 grandmens, so they're all Rangers. So it cost me a fortune at Christmas with their strips, but hey, I don't mind it.
Yeah.
Can I just say strips? The shops all half price. Do you know that, Ox? The shops there on the new home strips, they've written all half price Christmas, you know.
Right, okay.
Just a look.
We've been joined by Davey. Evening, Davey.
All right, how you doing?
All right, mate, what's on your mind?
No, it was just, I think Clement has got to play Deserted and Lammers just to put them, like, in the shop window, because if they're not playing now, we can't sell them. Having said that, if they are playing, they probably can't sell them either.
It's a difficult one. It'll be interesting to see what happens with them Southside.
Aye, listen, Dave, it's like anything. You probably will have to give them some game time to get rid of them. Somebody will buy them eventually, whether they pay the same money we paid. I don't know the actual true price of what we actually paid for them. But Lammers has got ability. I think if he gets the confidence for the manager and we're playing to a system and a style now, I'm hoping he'll start to contribute. And Dessers in the last 4 games has scored 4 goals. So he's obviously had a wee bit of an influence on him. Lammers scored a good goal at Dundee. He's been patchy, he's been in the team. But they've all got a fresh start, and if they show the right attitude and application and start to play well, then we'll maybe see them in the team. But I think Danilo at the moment will start before Dessers in most games at the moment. I think he's got the shirt on him.
Aye, well, I would say aye, but obviously I would like be over the moon if no, they were like, oh, what a ball, oh, that's fantastic, oh, this is great, oh, blah blah blah. But none of them know, mate. None of them just not got it. No, but as I say, I don't think he's got a lot of choice because he's got to play them, because if he's want to get rid of them, that's the only way that he can. Because if they're sitting on the bench, like, no, there isn't really anybody else that's going to sort of say, oh, aye, I'll buy him. No, and if that is the case, then none of the, like, they're probably going to be sold for, like, none of the pennies.
That's whether we might not afford to play them, but we might not afford not to play them. I get your point, mate. Can I just say that young GB's been on in range last pair standings back at the weekend, but a banter against Southside, so who goes the furthest. So those have been roll over. If you want to enter, you can contact GB through Facebook, or you can email RangersRadio@gmail.com and take part. It's a £5 if you were in the first time round, and if you want to take part, you haven't been in the first time, it'll be a tenner with half the money going to the 6 Children's Hospital, which will give the money over at the end of the season. Lovely cause, good fun, and there's only been one winner so far. I wonder who that was.
No, I wonder. You know, like, the thing about it, it's for a good cause, and there's been a couple of rollovers. But aye, it's a bit of banter and a bit of fun as well. And it's just unfortunate that you actually, the only person that's actually won it all.
Yeah. The Saturdays with the running commentary in the Southside Super 6 are the highlight of my week, mate. That's how sad I'm up.
It's absolutely my nightmare, because if the Rangers aren't playing to the Sunday, which is going to be this weekend again, it doesn't matter where I go. See, the thing is, you take it away from me, right? I put the coupon on and I do a couple other ones, and I'm sitting there thinking, right, maybe games went off an hour, maybe if I look at my coupon, but you've already gave the commentary. You know, you're spoiling it for me, so maybe just take me out it when you're gloating to the rest of the people. He's got 3 up, but guess what? Somebody's just scored. I'm maybe going to look later to see how the coupon's gone, and you're just killing it for me, right? So now I'll just tell you and the listeners what you're doing. You're torturing us.
Well, I might have took you, but I'm not taking you now, Steve.
Well, so
on you go, David.
Like, if I haven't picked up right there, but is this a charity that you donate to?
You find the details on Facebook, the Rangers Radio page, Davey, yeah? You'll find them on there, mate, if you want to take part. It's a last man stand. You pick a team at the weekend in the Scottish Premier League or the Scottish First Division.
Yeah.
It's harder than you think, isn't it?
No, well, no, now, the only thing is, I'm not really too clever on the phone, like, game.
Don't worry about none of us.
And all that.
Maybe us are too clever, mate. Worry about it. Stevie, in you come, mate.
As soon as you mentioned nobody's too clever, Stevie, in you come. What does that say, eh?
Too much.
He's a comedian, so he is. He knows my teacher used to say, Stephen, what comes after a sentence? I used to say an appeal. Well, I mean, he knows all that. So anyway, no, get yourselves into it. It's going to be a good cause. If you need a wee horn with it, I'm sure there's somebody around about you will help you with it. But can I get back to Spanish Bully about my vegetable? Oh, I mean, you cut me right off, Fox. That was the right. Right, this is the best. Fox, have you ever had vegetable roll? Do you know what we're talking about here?
I do.
Unbelievable, by the way. Unbelievable. You get this, you can get it stir fry, by the way. It's unreal. And it's Spanish Bully. Get into them.
imagine like square sausage only and a big massive roll with leeks on it. It's dynamite.
Right.
I might meet him at Helen Street. His wee boy. I'll have a wee gift for his wee boy. The wee boy's coming.
Here, that would be amazing, and that's kind of what I was alluding to earlier. More for the Wayne than myself, you know. It would just be great for him to meet other bears and just, do you know what I mean? Make the experience for him and really show him what it's all about.
Do you know what Helen Street is, Stevie?
Listen, I know.
I've been in there.
I'll tell you exactly where it is. There's a McDonald's right across the road from it.
Just in a wee bit.
Right, we've reached that time in the evening. We better wrap up. Davey, last word for your good self.
Talking to me?
Well,
On you go,
Yep.
Davey.
I don't know. But, no, all I can say is it's been fantastic to actually be on the show and I'm sorry I've got stuff, but
That's all right.
I'll try and get a hold of the app, right?
I have a Facebook, David. Have a look on Facebook. Great to hear from you.
See if you want to phone me back, when the show's done, right? I'll just give you my card number and just a net.
No, mate, no do that, mate. You're all right. Yeah, it's a bit of fun. We'll catch you later, mate. Don't you worry.
Aye, but none of us know that, but none of it doesn't matter, does it? None of us score or something. You know what I mean?
Brilliant, mate. We'll speak to you soon. Great to hear from you, mate. Cheers, brah.
All right, mate. Well, thanks very much for having me on.
Yeah, you're a gent, mate. You're a gent. Spanish Billy.
David.
We've missed you, Spanish Billy. Last word.
Just thanks very much for having me on again. I don't call in often, but I listen, and I will no doubt ring in again after the St. Mirren game and share my experience.
And if you get a receipt, I'm sure Steve will put it through expenses for that ton of grub you're bringing her.
I will. If you can get me on Facebook, or just give VK or Andy Village, my Uncle Andy, a shout, and we'll organise this festival roll.
Brilliant, mate. Great to hear from you. Kirky, the only sane man on the show tonight. Carry on, mate.
It's been a brilliant show tonight again, boys. You're the best in the telly, without a doubt, pal. I'm waiting for the Aberdeen game on Sunday. Big time, I think we'll hammer on Sunday, to be quite honest. But your show's brilliant, boys. Keep it up, makes my night. So take care. We are the people.
It's people like you make your night. Old Davy, one of my favourites.
How you doing, guys? It's always a pleasure being on with the 3 stars show. There's only 2 stars missing right enough, but we're usually the 3 stars. I always love listening to you guys. So thanks for listening to me rambling on a wee bit, and hopefully we'll come up good on Sunday. So God bless you, dears, guys, and you all stay safe. Good night, boys.
Cheers, Davey.
And you, Dave.
Thanks, Stevie.
Well, what can I say? You just don't know where this show's going to take us, do you? So, anyway, I'll certainly do a bit of snooping about to get that vegetable roll brought across. What can I say? Look, the Bears, we're doing well. Clement's got us pulling the one way. Let's get behind them on Sunday. It's been a brilliant show tonight. All Davey and Spanish Bully and Kirky and all these guys on there, Davey. Brilliant show, brilliant platform, and thanks for having me on by my wingman Southside. I know he's gonna be, so you enjoy yourself, mate, and I'll talk to you when you get back. All right, old pal. Thanks for having us, Ox.
Cheers, brah. Cheers, mate. Always a pleasure. Southside.
Aye, mate, thoroughly enjoyed the show. Good to hear Spanish Billy on. I hadn't been on for a wee while, so it was good to hear him on the night and his boys making his trip to see the famous Glasgow Rangers. So I hope he thoroughly enjoys it when he comes there. Maybe catch up with him as well, Big Stevie. So I thoroughly enjoyed the show, mate. It was good to be on. Looking forward to Sunday, getting back to see the famous, going up to Aberdeen to make them famous for the day. Looking forward to it. So come on, the Rangers, 3 points, and I've got the feelers out for you, big man. So we'll keep hunting for that ticket, buddy. All right.
Yes. Thanks, mate. Cheers.
The best laugh will be Spanish Billy trying to explain to his boy how he's called Spanish Billy. Oh dear. Can I thank old Davey who was on, Kirky, and of course the one and only Spanish Billy. Good to hear from, as Southside said. The two stars of the evening, Southside, the one and only Big Stevie for the drum. Thanks for listening. Thanks to Fox and All School Blue for doing the technicals. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night between 8 and 10, talking about all things Rangers. And remember, if you want to ever go to the last pair standing, it's not as easy as you think. Just ask Southside and Big Stevie. Take it away, All School Blue.